Hey y'all, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Today I want to talk about Arionne being the most hated mistress in the whole of America, okay? At least that's what she had to say. I do also want to talk about some of the comments that she made, including talking about Mel. It's like, leave Mel alone, honey. Like, leave her alone. You go and live your life with Martell or without Martell. Frankly, we do not care. But anyway, since she's giving us content, we will be talking about it. Oh no, I will address anything that I feel was interesting enough for me to talk about. Now, if you guys are new to this channel, I do commentary on reality TV shows and celebrity news. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Everyone, you guys know what to do. Please smash that like button, smash that share button, and also let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Those are my only rules. It is free. Let's get into it. So Arionne was talking about how a lot of people trauma bonded with Melody. I personally don't think that is what it is. I think that a lot of women have dealt with some of the things that Melody dealt with her husband, and some of them resonates with the fact that she was able to get up, move on in her life and move on to have successful businesses. So I think people appreciate and are inspired by who she is. I don't necessarily think it has anything to do with trauma. I think for me, I haven't had that kind of trauma, but I love me some Mel, right? I love how inspiring she is. I love how hardworking she is. I love that she's about her business. So no, I don't think it necessarily has to do with trauma. People can like other people. It does not have to do with trauma. It doesn't always have to do with trauma. So I think people just need to let that rest. Now, she did also say that she became the most hated mistress in America. My thing is, what accountability do you take for you becoming the most hated mistress in America? What people don't like about certain mistresses like Arionne is that when a mistress does not know her place and then tries to act like she is above or on the same level as the wife, that is what people do not like. People know that these mistresses have existed for a long time. If you talk to the seasoned women, they will tell you that some of them will tell you they knew their husbands had mistresses, or at least they knew that he was stepping out. But they never knew who the mistress was because the mistress never even dreamed of going to confront the wife. The mistress stayed in the mistress's place. The mistress wasn't out here trying to put herself in the same category as the wife. The mistress was not speaking on the wife, at least not publicly. There are small towns where people know the mistress. Everyone knows of the mistress. Ain't nobody says nothing. The mistress don't be calling the wife to say nothing. Wife doesn't call the mistress. Everybody stays in their place. And I think the reason people can't stand you, Arionne, I'm talking to you, is you are always talking about Melody. You always have her in your mouth. Years later, she's still on your mouth. She's clearly, if someone is on your mouth that much, then she is clearly ruling in your mind. I don't think there's anything you can tell me that can explain why she is always coming up. There's a way you can tell your story without constantly talking about who she is as a parent, who she was in the marriage to her ex-husband. You don't know that. All you know is his perspective of the situation. Yet you speak on it like you were a party to their marriage, and that is why you're the most hated mistress in America, according to you, okay? You have nobody to blame but yourself. If you had stayed in the mistress's place and said absolutely nothing, didn't come up to say nothing about nothing, didn't speak on the wife, even if you had your meeting or interview with Tasha K, you could have said, that's the wife, I'm not speaking on her. I was dealing with the man, not the wife. You could have said those things. But you didn't. Instead, you spoke on their relationship like you were in it. You spoke on their relationship like You were there when they were taking their vows, and that is why nobody sees it for you. So until you take accountability and stop what it is that you are doing, we are all going to still be looking at you as the mistress of the century. And that's just what it is. Of course, she tries to be like, she can't film, so she can't get her side of the story. Girl, we don't care about your side of the story. You've been telling us your side of the story on YouTube all these years through different bloggers. You've been trying to tell us, even out of your own mouth on your Instagram lives. Nobody cares. We really do not care about your side of the story. Like you said, the story has already been written. And if you went on Tasha K, who gave you a platform to tell your side of the story, and you still didn't tell your side of the story, who do you have to blame but yourself? You're the one who decided not to use that platform to really tell your side of the story because you feel like it will make Mel look funny. Girl, say it. If you were going to say it, then say it. If you've had so many lives talking about it, then what are you hiding? Just say it. It's funny how this girl wants us to believe that she has some side of the story that we haven't heard already, and that she needs to come on the show to tell that side. Like, please, we don't believe you. We don't care. Keep the whatever side you want to tell in drafts, okay? She does talk about an alleged conversation that she had with Melody in the past, where Melody said, you know how the devil works. I was probably supposed to be your mentor, okay? And so she then says, like, they were having civilized conversation. It was no arguing or bickering. And I don't think there's anything to suggest that there was arguing and bickering. If anything, I think you saying that it was civilized conversations is also making us see Melody in an even better light. Because think about it. Most women will not be graceful to the mistress, especially a mistress that is as disrespectful as you are, Arionne. So the fact that you're saying that she and you guys were having civilized conversations shows the kind of woman that Mel is. She didn't come to you with the BS. She didn't blame you for the fact that this man was stepping out. She addressed him and she had a civilized conversation with you, if we're to believe this whole business. Now, is it me, or is it now being tried to make it seem like, oh, Melody and Arionne were out here chatting it up? I don't believe that for a second. I do feel like there may have been one or two conversations to basically figure out what is really going on between her and Arionne. But I'm not out here believing that she was teaching this babe how to respectfully cheat. Now, she didn't say that, but the only reason why I'm adding 2 and 2 together is because we heard Destiny say that. And I know Arionne and Destiny allegedly are cool. So I'm just trying to shut it down before it becomes a thing. Now, here's where Arionne gets into some BS. And you all know, I told you she be on some BS. Now, she's talking about how Martel was like the alpha parent. How do you know? Were you there? How do you know? Were you living in their house, or were you listening to what Martel said? And that's the thing that I think frustrates me, is the fact that you're still saying these things like you were over there living with Martel at the time he was married to his wife. All you know is pillow talk. Whatever this man was whispering to your ears when you were in bed with this man is all you probably know, which may or may not be true. So it's like when you say things like that, it just feels like you're coming against Melody yet again. And nobody really wants to hear that. Now, she did say that she wants the kids to have full custody with Mel because she needs Martel to get himself together. And my thing is like, so what do you mean by you want Martel to get himself together? I need some examples, but I guess we're not going to get that. Now, she did also say that Martel, she started talking about basically Melody allegedly stepping out on Martel and stuff like that after Martel was already cheating on her. We don't care. And here's the thing, all you know is what Martel has said. So for all we know, Martel is out here lying again, like he always does, wanting everyone to see Melody as a cheat. But let's be clear, even if Melody got her lick back, I don't think anyone feels like Melody will ever be on the level of Martell when it comes to that. So nobody is ever going to accept the new narrative that is trying to be pushed by Martell. And let's be clear, if Martell had proof all these years, he would have dropped proof. All these years, he still has not been able to string a complete sentence that sounds legitimately true about Mel stepping out on him. So please, enough with the nonsense. It does also touch on how people say things like she's doing things for Clout and all that kind of stuff. She is trying to make us believe that she doesn't care about Clout. Like, yeah, right. She was saying that she wishes her name wasn't in it and she can move on with her life. But like Martell just doesn't get it. My thing is this. Every time people are saying a little something in the YouTube streets, you come on live to get some attention. But you want us to believe that you are not doing stuff for clout. Every time your name dies down in the YouTube streets, all of a sudden you come back up spewing some nonsense. And you want us to believe that it is not about clout. Yeah, that is a stretch, and it's going to take a lot to really for you to be out here recruiting us to believe that. She does also talk about the whole 21 babysitters. Martell wasn't really lying, blah, blah, blah. Girl, shut up. How many of those babysitters did you see with your own eyes? And this is the reason why people will continue to put their foot on your neck. Because you are still pushing his agenda. You may not know it, but you're still pushing his agenda. Even though you talk about the fact that, yeah, you met Marta when you were 23, but now you're 33. You're old enough to know better. You're old enough to be able to see through this BS. The fact that you're not seeing through the BS, but then in the same vein, you start calling Martell and saying he acts slow and is manipulative. Well, girl, you know that, yet you still continue to be manipulated by this same person. At what point is enough going to be enough? At what point would we truly see this growth that you keep referring to? I'm still waiting for the growth. I have not seen it. Now, let me know if you've seen the growth in Arionne since we've known her as the worst or most hated side chick in America. Please like, share, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Also, for those of you who like to say things like, yo, why do you keep covering her and all that kind of stuff? Here is the thing. When I cover her or when we cover her, you guys watch and engage. And our job as content creators is to give the people what the people want, okay? So if we're putting out content and you guys are engaging, then you're showing us that you are interested in the dialogue. Now, nobody is saying you're interested in Arionne. I'm not interested in Arionne, but she says certain things that I feel like we can talk about, we can educate one another on. The truth of the matter is there are random people that are watching this video that may be 20, that may be 16, maybe 18, thinking about some older man that is trying to talk to them. First of all, if you're underage, bruh, you need to call the police and let them know an older man is trying to speak to you, because that's not right, okay? So first of all, first things first. But anybody could be watching the video, and I do think there is a lot of dialogue that we get from Arionne. We don't have to like her, but we get the content and we're able to have civil dialogue. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. You guys can say you don't care, whatever. Just hit that like button, hit that share button, and I will see you guys in the chat. Thank you. Bye.